Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Monica. I'm an artist and designer specializing in acrylics, watercolor, and gouache. Today I wanted to share with you something that I've been working on for the last month or so. It's my latest art release, and it's a collection of hand-painted t-shirts featuring beautiful peony flowers. In this video, I'd like to go through my journey on how I started painting on clothes and of course the process behind creating these unique pieces, and I also want to show you the final product. So let's get started. So my obsession and focus for quite a while now has been painting flowers, plants, and botanicals. That's kind of like my thing. My introduction to painting on fabric started actually during the early days of the pandemic. I don't know if you remember, but at the very beginning, the face mask situation was very scarce. There weren't enough face masks, and a lot of people were just making their own. I wanted to be original, and I came up with an idea to make hand-painted face masks. I would paint the fabric in small repeated motifs and then sew the face masks as well. Actually, my very first face masks, I was hand sewing them, which was a very tedious and process, but I really liked seeing the progression of it, and just the satisfaction seeing the product like come to life right away. Eventually I did buy a sewing machine, and I was sewing them on the machine, but that was my first step. They were a great success. I have clients and friends that to this day have their masks, and I can proudly say that they look as beautiful as I painted them the very first day. They don't have their motifs have not faded at all, which I'm so happy about. After painting the face masks, the natural progression was, of course, t-shirts. And after I created the flower market collection, I started experimenting with painting botanical flowers and plants on t-shirts. Painting on clothes seemed like a perfect way to combine fashion and art. I like original things, something that I cannot see in the stores. So the idea of transforming a simple t-shirt into a wearable piece of art was incredibly inspiring for me. And it would be something that I would want to wear. Plus it allows me to create something that it's not only beautiful, but it's also functional. I still yet to do denim jackets, but I do have a plan for that. I do have a few denim kimonos that I want to paint in the future, so please stay tuned for that collection. Peonies have always been one of my favorite flowers. I would say tulips is my number one. But peonies have their lush layered petals and vibrant colors. They're just so stunning and hypnotizing. I love seeing them bloom and open up. To me, it looks like they're dancing. So when I decided to paint them on t-shirts, it was actually peony season, so I was like, well, I have to paint peonies. I brought a bunch home, and they were so beautiful, and that was kind of my inspiration. The flower, it symbolizes beauty, prosperity, and honor, which I think resonates with many people. I wanted to capture that essence of peony elegance and bring it to life on fabric. So I have to say the process of painting on t-shirts is quite different from painting on canvas or paper. It starts with selecting a good quality t-shirt. I personally always choose 100% cotton, and the ones that I picked for this specific project are thick enough to, hold the paint. I pre-wash them to remove any chemicals that might interfere with the paint, and then I go into sketching my composition, and of course in this case was the peony design, and I really wanted something a little bit asymmetric. I wanted the design to kind of bleed into the shoulder and be kind of off-centered, maybe a little bit like closer to the color. So I basically sketched them with a soft pencil directly onto the fabric. Sometimes I'll make a small sketch in my sketchbook of the composition and what I really want. But then I go directly into sketching and drawing on the t-shirt. I usually use like a 3B or a 4B pencil, and I try to make the sketch very light so the paint will cover the drawing easily, and the rest of the pencil, if it's still there, will come out in the wash anyway. Of course my next step is to pick out the colors and mix my paint. For these projects I use acrylic paints with a combination of fabric medium that is specifically formulated to adhere to textiles and remain flexible once dry. This is very crucial because it ensures that the painting won't crack or peel when the t-shirt is worn or washed. Fabric medium is very important. It dilutes the acrylic paint. It makes it softer, easier to spread on an uneven cotton fabric. Sometimes when you get started with painting with fabric, you feel like you're fighting the fabric a little bit. It moves around quite a bit, so it could be difficult. It does require a steady hand and a lot of patience. The texture of the fabric is very different from paper or canvas. I have to build up the layers slowly to achieve that desired depth and detail. And I love the detail in my botanicals. I'm very meticulous, and it is a meticulous process, but I love, little by little, I love seeing the design come to life, and once I'm done I can immediately wear it. And talking about like having the fabric moving around a lot, I think it's a good practice to pin your t-shirt into place so it doesn't move around too much, making it difficult to paint. But also be careful. I wouldn't stretch it too much because the t-shirt might lose its original shape. So that's also very important. I like to paint my t-shirts on an easel. It's easier for me that way. I clip the edges to the cardboard that I actually place inside of the t-shirt to prevent the paint bleeding into the other side. So that's also a very important point, to have some type of backing or cardboard inside of your t-shirt, and make sure that the cardboard is also stable and not flimsy. That helps a lot. So after I'm done painting, I wait about 24 to 48 hours for the painting to dry, and if it's still not dry, what I do is I'll use a hair dryer to speed up the process. And then after that, the very last thing that I need to do is to cure the paint completely. I make sure that it does not chip or bleed, is to basically iron it. Some people will throw the t-shirt into the dryer machine, but I like to iron it. You really need to just slide the iron through the design a few times for it to like completely adhere to the t-shirt. I make sure to cover the design while I'm ironing it, otherwise the acrylics will melt and ruin the painting completely, which of course you don't want that to happen. So basically what I do is I take a paper towel, and you can also use just a regular piece of paper, and cover the design, and basically use the iron over it. And like I said, it only takes a few times to go over the design, and that should cure the painting completely, and that should be safe. And here it is, the final product. My hand painted t-shirts featuring the peony flower. Each t-shirt is in this collection is a little bit different and unique. It's an art that you can wear. No two are alike, and it makes them truly special. I decided to go with just 3 sizes: small, medium, and large. This is a super small collection, and I'm not sure how many more I will paint. So if you don't want to miss out on getting one, I would grab one now. Wearing an original piece of art is such a wonderful feeling. I'm like a big fan of that, and I think that's why I started painting them. It's not just about fashion, but it's about expressing yourself and carrying a piece of creativity with you wherever you go. These t-shirts are perfect for a casual outing, special events, or even as a thoughtful gift for someone who appreciates art. So that is it. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of creating my hand-painted t-shirts. If you're interested in owning one-of-a-kind, unique piece, you can find them on my website. I'll leave the link in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into my artistic process and upcoming projects. I appreciate your support, and I can't wait to share more with you soon. See you next time.